Hi, I'm back. I cut away for a minute because Chuck came in. He's got kind of a little bit of a dilemma, which is good. He's basically pretty much semi-retired now, and uh, because he's worked really hard his whole life, pretty much. He has done underground utility work, but they do excavating and just big stuff, water mains and basements and stuff like that. And he's raised a family and really have worked way too hard physically. And so I've been nagging him for 5 years to wean off the company, and he can do side jobs with his brother who's a plumber, and he's the older brother, and he's semi-retired, but he makes a really good living, and he and Chuck are very close. And so Chuck just came in and said that his brother has work all next week, and he's got a bit of a conflict because the company wants him to go out and check out a couple other jobs while the owners are in Florida. So, but that's good. Better, more work than no work. So he's happy about that. He'll be able to juggle it. He does. He's really incredibly talented. He runs this heavy equipment. I don't know how he does it. It's basically it's like being a brain surgeon when he's running these big backhoes and track hose and stuff. For instance, if um, like a water main breaks in downtown Columbus, Ohio, he's called upon to go out there and dig, and it's it's really tricky because they have all these the what do you call them, the cables that run underneath all of the oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but all of the stuff that is buried underground. And Columbus is our capital, so you've got all the government buildings, and it's a big downtown. So he told me one day, he said, "Yeah, while you're digging, if you nick one of these cables, it costs $100,000 for repairs." He says so. He's just very nonchalant about it, and he does it every day, and it's amazing. I don't know how he does the work, but he's very knowledgeable. Yeah, and he's quiet about it. He doesn't brag on himself, but I do brag on him because he's got some real serious skills. He's from a farm family and grew up on the farm and had just regular mom and dad, and dad worked a job for the county, and mom was a stay-at-home mom, and they they broke horses and pre-trained them for people to buy. The dad would go and buy horses at auction, basically pretty wild, and they would break the horses and tame them, and then sell them to people. And some funny stories because all the kids, Chuck's siblings, they were they would help break the horses, and there's some really funny stories, but my favorite one is where the horse bit Chuck on the butt because he had a sugar sandwich and the horse wanted it and chased him around the yard, and finally he threw it down, and the horse didn't care at that point. He just wanted to give Chuck a little nip on the butt. So that always cracks me up. Anyway, well, I'm going to I've got my routine, and I like continuity. It's my thing. And so at this time in the morning, what I do is I come back from the cats, and um, I get my raisin toast and drink some coffee, load up with coffee, and I watch the YouTube channels. And there's a number of channels that I really, really love. Uh, just on the people and just the small people I like. And I'll drop some names later on. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I don't care. There's this one young man that moved to, I think he's in Scotland now, and he bought this house. He lost his parents, and he wanted to move out of the big town, and he bought this house, and he's just very sweet. And uh, there's another fellow in Western New York that bought like a little homestead and has a girlfriend now, and they're living just a quiet country, happy life, and um, he shows the progress on how they're fixing up, and they've got a beautiful piece of property there. Let's see who else. Oh, and there's a fellow that's in Wales, and I just started watching him. I like him. He's from Wales originally and was living in London and then came back to live in Wales. He's a little older, and so he does like the walkabout and shows his town, and it reminds me of where we live because it's similar. You've got a little town, but you've got all the country around too. So anyway, so I'm gonna watch YouTube and see what's up, and I'll be back. Okay, see ya. Bye.